Grim Grinning Ghosts come out to socialize. That song should have been in this trailer. Alright, for those of you who don't know, I am a huge Haunted Mansion fan. The Haunted Mansion is one of my favorite rides at Disneyland. It always has been. I love its soundtrack, I love its story, I love everything about it. So now we have our first teaser trailer for the new film adaptation of this ride. I actually did a video on the 2003 Eddie Murphy movie a few months ago. I'll have a link to it at the end of this one if you want to check it out. But now, 20 years after that movie, Disney is trying again with a new Haunted Mansion movie. Myself being a fan, I am automatically interested, so what do we got? Well, right off the bat, one of the first shots we get is of the mansion, and yeah, I will say, it does look a lot more like the Haunted Mansion that I know than the 2003 one did. So there is that. It looks like this movie might actually be more faithful to the story from the ride than the '03 film was. I mean, the '03 film, it did have things from the ride, you know, it had the singing bus, it had Madame Leota, but the story in and of itself really had nothing to do with any of that. It looks like this movie might be different. So this trailer starts out, we have Rosario Dawson and her kid, they move into this mansion, which I mean, right there, you gotta wonder why? Why are they moving into this crickety-ass mansion? Even the kid's like, yeah, this is probably not a good idea. Because we start seeing some creepy ghosts and shit, and I will say that ghost right there with the weird head bobbing, that's pretty cool. Because it's freaky, it's like Paranorman and shit. I always think that's a really cool effect when ghosts are like tweaking like that. It's like their existence doesn't agree with this plane of existence. Because in Bioshock Infinite, when you kill those guys and then you go to another dimension and those same guys are tweaking out now. Ever since then, tweaking and flipping out like that, it's a pretty cool effect. So the trailer goes on and we got Owen Wilson now.
This mansion is unhinged.
Apparently he's playing a priest. Tiffany Haddish is going to be in the movie. Danny DeVito's going to be in the movie. I'll say we got a pretty good cast here. Not a bad collection of people to go to the Haunted Mansion in New Orleans and get spooked. I'm not going to lie though, the stuff from the ride that we see in this trailer, I liked it. I mean, that first bit where Lakeith Stanfield is walking through the hallway and you keep seeing the same portrait, I was like, is that the endless hallway? The endless hallway in the ride is like one brief thing we see in the beginning. You go right past it. You're looking down this seemingly endless hallway. It just goes forever into nothingness. There's that floating candelabra there. It's a pretty cool mirror effect. But then there's a shot later in this trailer where you're like, yeah, that is the endless hallway. You see it. That's really cool. But then we see the Hatbox Ghost, and right there I was like, alright, so we're doing this. The Hatbox Ghost is part of the story of the ride. At least the current story. The ride has actually had a few stories over the decades. The current one is pretty cool, and it features the Hatbox Ghost, who I guess is going to be played by Jared Leto in this movie, which is pretty scary in and of itself. We get one brief shot of the stretching room. I love the stretching room. It's one of my favorite parts of the ride. It's pretty much the pre-show. It's the elevator going down to the ride.
Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination?
That's cool shit. Honestly, that should have been in the 2003 film, but it wasn't. So I'm happy to see it here, finally. The thing that got me most excited from this trailer is a couple of brief shots. We get one shot of what looks like a ghost bride up some stairs, and then the next shot is a close-up of an axe that she seems to be carrying. Right there, I was like, yeah, that's Constance Hatchaway! Alright, so the current story of the Haunted Mansion is that there is a ghost bride, Constance Hatchaway. When she was alive, she was pretty nuts. She would marry rich men, kill them with an axe, and then take their inheritance. And she did this like 5 or 6 times. That's pretty freaky. And I love the theory that when you're on the ride and you're in the attic and you see Constance Hatchaway, and then you go out of the attic and you're leaning way back, the theory is that she is throwing you out the window. Yeah, she's just crazy. And so it looks like this ghost bride with an axe, that could be her. That could be Constance Hatchaway. And since Winona Ryder is also confirmed to be in this cast, I'm thinking that could be her playing Constance, which is pretty good casting if you ask me. From being in all sorts of Tim Burton movies to being a ghost bride. That is escalation right there. I don't know if that is Winona Ryder, but I'm just saying that would be just perfect casting. And then we see stuff like the grandfather clock that chimes 13 o'clock, the ghost at the pipe organ, which, if you know your trivia, the organ in the ride was used in the film 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It's the same organ. I just know that trivia. I know that some of the stuff you see in this trailer was also in the '03 film, like the 13 o'clock, but I'm just saying it looks like this one's gonna be a little more faithful to the original source material, and I really do appreciate that. In the end, I think this trailer looks pretty cool. Some of the humor I thought was just alright. Then again, I understand that this movie is first and foremost for kids, it being a live-action Disney movie and all. That being said though, I do think it would be pretty cool if this movie were rated PG-13. Disney's not above that. Their most successful movie based off a Disneyland ride was rated PG-13. I think The Haunted Mansion would lend itself to a really cool PG-13 movie. That's just my daydream though. I don't know if this movie's even gonna be good. It could be crap. Who knows? I could walk out of it going, yeah, the 2003 film was better. I'm honestly not sure. But if for nothing else, I'll probably appreciate the fact that this could be faithful to the source material with Constance Hatchaway, because that's awesome. I want to see Constance Hatchaway on the big screen just be nuts. And also the music, I hope they use the music from The Ride in this movie. You know, Grim Grinning Ghost, I want to hear that. Even the '03 film used it, so let's have it now. But I guess we'll see what happens. So the official teaser trailer for Haunted Mansion. Have you watched it yet? What are your thoughts on it? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And of course, thank you for subscribing. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm off to go see Creed 3. I'll have my review of it up tomorrow. Peace!